What's up? It's me, V, and I'm here to give you the rundown on one of the most thrilling, heart-pumping, and oh so romantic films of 2014. That's right, we're talking about none other than the award-winning masterpiece known as Jailbait. Anna right here has been strumming away at the cello, lost in her own little world. That is, until her stepfather barges in, ruining the mood with his, shall we say, less than honorable intentions. But Anna is not one to take this kind of nonsense lying down. Oh no. So she fights back with all the grace and ferocity of a cat caught in a corner. And wouldn't you know it, her stepfather winds up meeting his maker in the most unexpected of ways. Seems he took a wrong step, literally, and found himself on the business end of a sharp object. Let's just say he didn't exactly go gentle into that good night. But eventually the struggle ceased and he breathed his last breath, all due to a little thing we like to call blood loss. Anna steps into the courtroom, already feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders. It's so heavy. The judge peers down at her with a stern expression, and Anna, can almost hear the sound of the pumping thingy coming down on her future. Stepfather trying to force her, eh? The judge says. And yet your own mother speaks against you. I'm afraid I have no choice but to sentence you to the juvenile correction facility. Okay, now Frank, the warden of the prison, steps forward with a smile on his face. Well, he says almost tauntingly. Another new fish for the pond, eh? Now Anna is thrown into a cell, feeling more alone than she's ever felt in her life. But then she meets Jenny, who seems distant as if she doesn't care. But when Anna falls asleep, this shy girl Jenny warms up her palace while enjoying the beautiful view of Anna's divine beauty. The next day, all the prisoners are taken outside to bask in the sunshine, a small taste of freedom. That's when Anna meets Cody, a seasoned veteran of the prison. Listen, kid, Cody says, her voice low and menacing. You can either subscribe to Movies Hunter or face the consequences. In the Slammer, it's all about who's the boss, and right now there are two main players, the black gang run by the one and only Keela, and the white gang fronted by the cunning Cody. But our girl Anna right here, she wants nothing to do with any of them. What a newbie. Cody tries to sway Anna, promising friendship and protection, but when Anna stays firm, Cody shows up with her whole pose to put the pressure on. Anna is still not budging though, so Cody and her crew take matters into their own hands. Bang! They rough Anna up and leave her bruised and battered. Oh my god, look at her poor face. The prison doctor suggests Anna to seek out Frank for protection. Little does she know, Frank has his own agenda. But Anna, still longing for her solitary existence, takes the doctor's advice. And what does Frank want in return? Let's just say it's not a fair trade. Back in her cell, Anna is fuming. Everyone in the joint seems to have their sights set on her. But then there's our magical Jenny, offering a comforting shoulder and some kind words. And before she knows it, Anna succumbs to Jenny's advances. Looks like Anna's solo days are numbered. The next day, as Anna and Jenny bask in the sunlight, the fearless Keela, that's a nice name, steps in their path and starts giving Anna a hard time. But instead of backing down, the fiery Anna decides enough is enough and joins Cody's notorious gang for protection. Cody, being the savvy gang leader that she is, wants to see if Anna has what it takes to run with the big dogs. Arf! So she sets Anna a task to take down Keela in a fight. Go Keela! With Cody secretly filming the whole thing with her hidden camera, Anna agrees and charges at Keela with a vengeance. However, Frank right here is not pleased with Anna's actions and decides to teach her a lesson by sending her to solitary and naked for a 48-hour stretch. Anyway, Anna is of course left with no choice but to agree to Frank's desires, and she ends up, let's just say, mating with him. Frank is a bitch. Finally, with the task complete and Anna now a full-fledged member of the gang, Cody decides to celebrate by handing Anna a little something extra. Some drugs to help her forget her troubles. But even Cody can't resist Anna's seductive charms and ends up, whatever. Now the next day, Anna's mother arrives for a visit, still blaming her for her stepfather's death and unwilling to accept that he ever forced himself on her. But with her new gang by her side, Anna is ready for anything. So when Keela strikes again, Anna unleashes her full fury on her attacker and shows her just what it means to mess with her. Frank calls for Anna. He has got the goods on her, which means just footage of a fight that could send her to solitary for months. But with a sly smirk and a sleazy voice, he lays out his demands. And like a moth to a flame, Anna can't resist, even though she is repulsed by him. After slipping her some drugs, Frank takes what he wants from her and Anna is left feeling used and violated. But she is not one to be pushed around and she lets her frustrations boil over, slapping Jenny right across the face. And that's when the guards come calling. One of them notices the cut on Jenny's lips and takes Anna to Frank, ready to dish out some punishment. But this time, Frank is not in the mood. He is tired of Anna's complaints and threatens to send her to a prison for adults where she will get a taste of real force. Feeling cornered and desperate, Anna runs to Cody's cell and demands, "More drugs, buddy." But Cody, in a surprising turn of events, shows Anna some affection and concern. And that is the last straw for Anna. She has had enough of this twisted game and she decides to leave Cody's gang for good. As Anna saunters through the prison yard, she spots a group of ladies indulging in some illegal, illicit, whatever activities. Despite her better judgment, she succumbs to temptation and joins them for a hit of the drugs. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Little did she know, she has just crossed the wrong person, Cody. Cody takes one look at Anna and her descent into drugs and, decides to take matters into her own hands. She confronts Anna and gives her an ultimatum. Clean up or get out. But Anna, being in the midst of her drug haze, brushes off Cody's concern and chooses to go it alone. That's when Killa and her gang make their move, assaulting Anna in a ruthless display of power. With her health spiraling out of control and addiction taking hold, Anna loses all reason and launches a solo attack on Killa. After that, Anna is once again sent to solitary confinement as punishment. As the drugs continue to tour Anna's mind and body, she finds herself spiraling further and further into addiction. Upon her release, all she can think about is getting her next fix. But Cody, who still cares for her friend, tries to intervene and save her from herself. But Anna, in a fit of desperation, threatens to end it all. Just as she's about to make good on her threat, a guard steps in and takes her back to the solitary. Anna's addiction to drugs had her teetering on the edge of insanity, but things really hit rock bottom when she tried to end it all with a shard of her prison tray. Luckily, a guard was there to intervene and save her life. While receiving treatment, Anna sees the devastating effects of drug addiction all around her, including the loss of a fellow inmate. It finally dawns on her that she needs to be clean and make amends. Anna requests a visit from her mother, who finally shows remorse from her part in sending Anna to prison. With her mother's promise to help her get out, Anna sets her sights on a fresh start. But just when she thinks she's on the road to recovery, Frank shows up with a twisted plan. Frank only wants Anna for one thing, and he is willing to offer her a deal to get it. In exchange for her body, he will protect her from everyone. Anna reluctantly agrees, thinking it's the only way to protect herself. But Frank has got other ideas, and he wants to put Anna on stage for a talent show. He hands her back her cello and pushes her to practice. When Cody gets, news of Anna's betrayal, she takes matters into her own hands with a little face sculpting. And as if that weren't enough, she calls in her goon squad to give Anna a friendly reminder of who's boss. But Anna is feeling a little double-crossed by Frank. After all, he promised to keep her safe. So she spills the beans to the doctor, and little does she know, Frank's got eyes everywhere. To keep the doctor quiet, Frank pulls a Tony Soprano and orders a hit on the poor doctor. Meanwhile, at the talent show, Anna struts her cello skills and wows the crowd. That's my cousin's name. But after the show, Frank has a little surprise for her, a parole hearing. All she has to do is spend the night getting to know Frank. Jenny warns Anna not to get too excited. She is suspicious of Frank's intentions. But Anna has got a plan. She will use her trusty camera to record their intimate encounter, then use it to expose Frank at the parole hearing. So she asks Cody to hand over the camera and the game is on. Later on, Anna goes over to meet Frank, who thinks he has got the upper hand in their twisted game of cat and mouse. He desperately wants to have his way with her one last time, but little does he know, Anna's got a few tricks up her sleeve. She manages to capture the whole act on camera and she's got the proof to bring Frank down. During the parole hearing, Anna is on fire, answering questions with a sharp wit and confidence that leaves the board members in awe. But just when she thinks she's got it in the bag, Frank betrays her in the worst way possible, painting her as a violent, unstable prisoner who can't be trusted. But Anna is not one to be underestimated, bitch. With a sly smile, she pulls out her trump card, which is the incriminating video, and the look on Frank's face is priceless. He frantically tries to delete the evidence, but it's too little too late. The police storm in, handcuffs at the ready, and drag Frank off to the slammer. With the scumbag out of the picture, the parole board members take another look at Anna, and they're finally able to see her for who she really is, just a gifted, talented musician who's been dealt a rough hand in life. They grant her parole, and Anna's finally free from the dark, dreary prison that's been holding her back for so long. As she says goodbye to her friends Jenny and Code, Anna feels a whole weight lifted off her shoulders. She's ready to, fulfill her lifelong dreams, and without her newfound freedom, there's no stopping her now. That's all for today. This was the story of Jailbait. Just subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thank you so much. See you in the next hunt. Roar!